Hi everyone, Andy Calder, and I have a great opportunity of winning this shirt and 2 tickets. I will be interviewed by Flex at United Stand. Looking forward to the evening, obviously in collaboration with Jason Roberts Foundation. We're looking forward to it and I hope everyone can turn up.
What's going on, people? Welcome to this week's edition of the Flex and Rant Show. And before we start, as you've just seen, the legend himself, Mr. Andrew Cole, man. You know what I mean? You're going to be down there as well, taking over some of the social media stuff as well.
It's going to be a great night.
I'm interviewing him down there as well. It's an hour-long interview with him with some food and some drink and stuff like that. So if you want a chance to win that shirt that you've just seen, signed by Coley himself, all you need to do is head over to the United Stand Instagram. That video is going to be posted there, and all you need to do is make sure you're following the United Stand Instagram account, as well as leave a comment with your favourite Andy Cole moment. Could be a favourite goal, could be a favourite thing he's done in his Manchester United career, and drop that in the comment section on Instagram. We're going to draw that probably, as you guys are watching this on Tuesday this evening as well, because I know it's on Thursday, so people need time to sort things out if you win the tickets and the shirt as well. So yeah, make sure you drop a follow on the United Stand Instagram account and leave a comment on your favourite Coley moment. And also, there's going to be a link in the description below as well, this video, for Rants. Obviously, you're doing some boxing again, which is great. But more importantly, it's going to go to a great cause in it. And there's going to be a GoFundMe link in the bottom there. Some of that money is going to go to the guys who are struggling over there in Australia. Most of the money.
Yeah, some 2/3 of it.
2/3 of it, and the other third homeless people.
Yeah, as usual. Like, I mean, every year I do it. So this will be the 3rd year.
Love that.
You know what I mean?
Love that.
Yeah, we've got to look after our own as well. Do you
That's
know
it.
what I'm saying? And,
That's it.
Yeah, just spread the love. So we're going to do that.
Get supporting people. There's 2 things you got to do. Right, let's get into this week's show. Oh wait,
what?
What?
Blood? What's yours, fam? It's got to be Turin, bro. The step over.
That was a fantastic goal.
That goal for me, yeah, that's all, bro. When I think of Andy Cole, I think of Dwight York, innit?
Yeah, just add together. That goal they scored against Barcelona.
We're mad.
Was just the tiki-taka, the step over, he stepped over the ball, then he received it back. It was one of them FIFA goals that get scored against you. You're like, you always do that, man. You just cut it back and you just you know what I mean? I call them Tesco goals, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Tesco's. But yeah, do you know what I mean? It's one of them. But also the one when we had to beat Tottenham. Exactly. Yeah. We had to beat them. One touch, lifted it over.
Was it Walker?
Was it Ian Walker?
I
don't know. I would have thought it was around that era. It was around that era.
That goal, boom! I remember bicycle kick as well that he scored. What's that against? Edge of the box, the bicycle kick.
Was that Old Trafford?
A few bicycles, though, innit? And
he was wicked.
Bruv,
even some of his goals at Newcastle.
Bro, he was bad. Like, people don't realise how good these
prolific bagger.
Him and Yorkie were around in an era with so many top strikers that them man weren't even really considered world class. In this era, they would be.
Exactly.
Do you see what I mean?
They were phenomenal. And Andy Cole, to be fair to him, which on the night or the evening of Andy Cole, I'm going to talk to him about, is how did he feel like, because Shearer was about, like,
bro,
would you know what I mean?
Sheringham, Shearer, Fowler, all these men. That was the competition.
Difficult. Ian Wright. Exactly, because even Ian Wright didn't play nowhere near enough for English.
Because
Alan Shearer was just bags in.
Playing for England, the most competitive era.
Yeah, brilliant. So yeah, where was we? Why did he even lead into that? Right, today's show. Oh no, because he was like your favourite Cole moment. Right, Bruno Fernandes. We have to start there. I feel like it's like the summer all over again, but this has a bit more substance. This has a lot more weight. Simon Stone, very respectable journalist, even he's gone as far as saying Man United are interested this time. Because I remember talking to James Cooper in the summer. I spoke to Simon Peach, your guy, great guy, and they were not drawn on it in the summer. They were like, it was a lot of noises coming out from the fans and rumours and stuff. But as journalists, they were like, we just don't know. This time, there's a lot of concrete evidence coming out of Portugal that there's something going on. I think the sporting director of Sporting has said, we're looking at options post Fernandes. Should he leave? We need to keep our options open, etc., etc. Which these things weren't happening before. If, because you know people like to do the whole out of context thing. Yeah. This aged well. We're not on here saying deal done. If we're to get him, what kind of impact can he have on this team, and how important could he be?
I think it depends. I think it depends on the whole package, innit? I think it depends on where Ollie's going to play him, because it still stands to be seen where he's going to play. If he's going to play him, because we don't play with 2 8s, and we don't. he would have to change to a 4-3-3 for me. Like, if he wants to get the best out of Bruno, like, when I look at Bruno Fernandes, he's not really a 10, like, a Matic 10. He's busy. Like, he gets.
He can be in the midfield. Yeah.
He wins the ball. Like, he's a very. He's closer to Iniesta mode than a out and out 10. You see what I mean? But what we would be getting is a very good set piece taker, which we don't have.
Fantastic. Yeah.
His corners will go past the first man, which will be brilliant. Do you know what I'm saying? We've got a threat from set pieces, because as good as Pogba is at striking the ball, like, he doesn't take our corners. Do you know what I'm saying? And even from free kicks, for some reason, he doesn't take them. It's Rashi. Do you know what I mean? And Rashi scored 1 free kick in about 3 years. Do you know what I mean? So I don't get that. But I think if we're going to change the formation and go to a 4-3-3, Fred, Pogba, and Fernandes is frightening for me. Or even Fred, McTominay, Fernandes, depending on who comes back before Pogba or McTominay, because we still don't know, innit? But it could potentially be good, but I still think that he might need a bit of time to adapt to the Premier League.
Coming in January as well.
And also adapt to a team that doesn't really have a system, doesn't really know how they want to play, do you know what I mean? So there could be teething problems.
I agree. I think what's essential is, if you put the team problems to one side, which is definitely could be there, we have to get him. Like, it's one of them ones where it could kickstart the beginning process of getting better players, a lot better players. Now, we're not saying statement of intent. You know, it's gonna and it also shows that if they are going to give Oli time to fulfill what this long-term vision is, then that's something that we can buy into as fans. That's something where you go, you know what? 6 DMs on him. It's come 6 months too late. This should have been done in the summer. However, let's not moan. Let's be positive and think, actually, this is a player that we need. We've been lacking creativity. We've been crying out for that. And we know in the summer, Pogba's probably going to leave and leave another hole. So we need to start getting these players through the door where we can. So that's the first thing. I think the second thing is absolutely right. I don't think he's going to come and just completely revamp us and change us instantly, because we're still a work in process. The cogs are still trying to get into the right places. And you're right. I think you said off camera before we started, like, look how long it took Fred to kind of get going. And Bruno Fernandes is going to be moving in January. He's got to move his family, got to find somewhere to live. It's a very difficult time to move. I remember talking to the director of football out in Astana when we done an interview with them. And yes, Astana is a completely different side, but was talking about players in January and what it's like. And he said, even in his experience, you're getting players to just up and leave halfway through a season. It must be very difficult, regardless of how good you are.
Yeah, new culture,
new language, new country, new weather. Like, do you know what I mean? Everything. And coming into a Man United side that is struggling in patches. Do you know what I'm saying? So that in itself is difficult. And there's going to be a lot of heat on him. We're going to expect him to create a lot. We're going to expect him to score. You don't score 30 plus goals from midfield, albeit in the Portuguese league, which is some of people's reservations. You don't do that unless you're a flipping good player. Yeah. And he looks like he could be that guy in it.
He's a very good player, man. He's a very good player, and what I like about him is his work rate. I think that's probably what Oli likes about him as well, because not only is he creative, but the guy works, bro. Like, even though he's a central player, you see him on the left, see him on the right, see him plugging in. So I can see why Oli was attracted to him, do you know what I mean? But in the summer there was a lot of talk of him going to Tottenham, because Poch wanted him as well, and apparently Tottenham was his first choice at the time. So,
and it didn't happen.
But it didn't happen. But also there was rumours of Real Madrid coming in for him, and it didn't happen. So that kind of made me think, oh,
do you know, I was going to ask you that, because it's actually one of the questions in the question section. But someone said, and shout out, you know who you are. I haven't got the question now, but they said, Are you worried about a lack of, like, why haven't Barcelona just gone and got him, or why hasn't Juventus gone and got, like, are you worried about that?
I am a little bit. I have to be honest, because I didn't think that he would finish the summer still at Sporting.
It didn't look like it. He was saying bye and all that.
When he did, I was thinking, it's just like Ziyech as well, yeah? Loads of people are like, oh, only 25 million. Yeah. Must snap him up still there.
But no one's...
And you're like, do you know what I mean? And then there's rumours about his attitude and stuff like that, and then you kind of think, wow, well...
Maybe they didn't
go for that. Maybe there's a reason why it's only 25.
But sometimes, they've, you know it's like with football agents and people who get contacted. Sometimes the mutual feeling of the player is, the agent might come to him and say, right, look, Bruno, do you want to leave this summer, because we can basically put it out there? No, I want to stay for another year. Or Ziyech might say, no, I just want to stay for another year. So whoever rings the phone, just basically say, nah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, and sometimes it could be that the player just decided to stay.
No, absolutely. But all I'm saying is, I know he's a quality player.
Yeah.
And then forget the attitude, because there's rumours about Cantona's attitude.
There's rumours about Aubameyang's attitude before he went to
Cantona's
Arsenal.
attitude, like, do you know what I'm saying? He got thrown up pretty much out of every club he went to, and he behaved.
And he was willing to
well
kick man in the
within
face for
our
the
team.
cause.
He kicked other man, but within our team,
Yeah, he was fine.
loved him in it. So it's about man management. So
Yeah.
like, if we get him, I'm super excited. Because that's one less thing that we need to worry about.
With and again, I'm not trying to make this Ollie in or Ollie out, but in terms of the context of what it would mean for Solskjaer at the moment, obviously he's clearly got the backing of the board. He's nowhere near being sacked right now, which is cool. That's fine. But would that give a shift of like support for him? Would it change any support for him? Would it change by getting Fernandes through the door?
From who?
From people who maybe think Solskjaer's not the right guy? Would it mask problems that are still there? Would it be the board and stuff trying to please the fans with a quick signing, but then go back to retreating? Like, what would it kickstart? Actually, no. This is the long-term process, and this is why Bruno Fernandes through the door, like you said, is a good statement of intent. Then you get to the summer, you never know. You might get one more through in January. Difficult, but you never know. Then you get to the summer, then all of a sudden you've got a Bruno Fernandes in there. Then you've got, like, you're looking for a forward, a right winger, then another midfielder of Pogba leaves and stuff like that. So we still need players, but what I'm saying is, what side of the fence do you see it as? Do you see it as this is a quick one just to appease the fans and this should have been done ages ago anyway? Or do you see it as actually fair play, Woodward's pulling out the bag if it happens?
I think that is the board trying to appease the fans. I do, honestly, because this is something that should have happened in the summer. When you think, Herrera was allowed to leave, Fellaini was allowed to leave, 2 midfielders weren't replaced. There's rumours of Matic wanting to leave as well. That's 3 midfielders down, and then the Pogba situation's unclear. That's 4 midfielders. So we're bringing in 1. Bruno Fernandes should be one of 3 midfielders that need to come in.
Definitely.
And the thing is, I think that this is reactionary because, honestly, if Pogba and McTominay weren't injured, I don't think we make this signing.
That was going to be another question. I was going to ask you, like, where would we have been?
I don't think we make the signing, whereas the signing was needed whether they were fit or not. Do you see what I mean? So I honestly think that it's the board's way of appeasing the fans. And also, when we get linked with players, if you look at United social media, their followers go up. Do you know what I mean? Their briefing press and all of that. It's just to kind of appease people, and then all they'll do is in the summer, that will be one of your quota down.
Stink it out
the
again.
money that we spend now will be taken out
of that pot. Yeah,
absolutely. You watch. Now that's what they always do. Do you know what I mean? So with the situation, the one thing I would say is if you look at United's recruitment now, the recruitment is it's not specifically tailored towards the manager. It's just they're recruiting for the future anyway. No matter what manager comes in, you recruit a Harry Maguire, you're like, all right. You recruit a Wan-Bissaka, you're like, all right. A Daniel James, you're all right. If you recruit a Bruno Fernandes, you're all right. You know what I mean? If Poch was to come in at the end of the season, there's not one of them players that you'll look at and say, you know what, I can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is good. Which is opposed to the Mourinho way of recruiting, where when you inherit like the Matiches and the Lukakus and that, you can say, you know what, I don't really fancy.
So to be fair, we got to big them up. It is all about talking. We've got to big up the shift in mentality with the recruitment style, because, like you said, we were linked with William. We were linked with what's his name again? Who went to Bayern and from Inter.
I know his name. About the winger.
Why is that annoying me? Perisic, even. Yeah, Perisic. Linked with those players coming to it. We was linked with Jerome Boateng when he turned us down.
Out of it.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Those players that don't have much resale value, they don't have much longevity, much more ceiling to hit. And the older school United, you know, getting a Ronaldo, people like that, that was us saying there's longevity in this. Do you know what I'm saying? So we have to commend them on that at least, because they've changed that.
Changed, and it's shifting more towards a head coach than a manager, and that's how it kind of needs to be. You know what I mean? All modern football really needs to be like that. The days of a manager running a club from top to bottom are finished. Like Wenger and Fergie,
it can't operate like that, especially in our current regime, because Fergie masked a lot of the indiscrepancies of how the board was, how the club was run, because he was a phenomenal manager and could literally get every last drop of blood out of any stone, and he was the best manager ever in the history of football. One of, you know. It masked a lot of, you know, the Glazers, the chief execs that weren't doing it right, you know. But even back then, before Woodward came, we had chief execs that were doing well. You know what I mean? So
absolutely. So I think our recruitment style has definitely changed. That's why I don't really think that has any indication or any bearing on Ollie's position. I really don't think it does, because we're going to continue to recruit in a certain way regardless, innit? I don't think the rebuild starts and ends with Solskjaer. It can't. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't put all your chips on this guy. This is going to be the guy to save us, bro. Like, there's nothing that he's done previous that suggests that. Why would you put all your chips on this guy? Like, if you need to have a recruitment strategy, you need to have a rebuilding strategy that is not reliant on one individual. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what we're kind of seeing now, which is what we haven't had before. Why the rebuild's taken so long. So, yeah, man, like, I think it's a step in the right direction if we do get Bruno, man. It'll be interesting to see what other positions they see as crucial
priority,
to fill in.
To finish off on that little section on Fernandes, if you could add one more player with Fernandes in this January transfer window, where would you do it? Would you just get another midfielder, or would you go for a forward?
I'd get another midfielder, because I think, I don't know, in the attacking line, I think we need a specialist right winger, but you're not going to get the guy that we need
it's very
in
difficult.
this window. Do you know what I mean? I think we got Greenwood, Rashford, Martial, James.
They're scoring.
And they're all, well, 3 of them are scoring goals. Do you know what I mean? And Daniel James is good to have away from home for the hustle and bustle. So, honestly, like, I think we're all right there. I think the midfield is where we're losing games at the moment, so that needs to be addressed.
And Fernandes on his own is probably not enough to come and completely change that, but it was a great start.
But it's a great start.
Great start. Let us know your thoughts on Bruno Fernandes. I know, to be fair, I haven't met a lot of Man United fans who've gone, no, don't fancy him. I did speak to a couple of fans at the fan cams after the Norwich game, actually, and one guy was actually saying, Flex, man, I know Fernandes is all right now, but I prefer Maddison all day. To me, he's proven in the Premier League, knows it, don't have to adjust. Just go up the M1 into the M6 and he's moved.
You're
So,
not going to get Maddison.
you know, you're never going to get him in jam. But he was saying, hold out to the summer, pay the 60, 70, etc., etc. So let us know your views and your thoughts on the Bruno Fernandes situation. All right, so the week just gone. Wolves 0-0. No shots on target in that game, but at least we didn't lose.
Yeah.
Which we can easily do there. And they've fallen off a bit, Wolves, since they got beat up by Watford. They've just kind of just stagnated a bit. And then dispatched of Norwich very comfortably, 4-0. Couple changes from Solskjaer. Matic coming to the side. Matic was good. Greenwood off the bench again. Rashford going from strength to strength. What's that, 19 goals now?
Yeah.
Rashford, he's going from strength to strength in terms of his best scoring season since, isn't it?
Yeah, bro, I'm buzzing for him as well. Do you know what I mean? And you know what we're seeing with his maturity now? Even when he's not playing well, he's still scoring.
Contributing.
Do you know what I mean? And that is the difference. Before, when he wasn't playing well, he was stinking the place out. But now, even when he's not really playing well, he's still scoring. Do you know what I'm saying? And that has to be great for his confidence.
Has it helped him, do you think, that he's like a senior striker?
Yeah, but that's what it is,
like, he is like a go-to man. Like, he's got more goals than Martial this year. So in terms, I know Martial missed a large part, a couple of months of injury. So I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is the fact that he's got so many goals, and it's like, right, the big question mark. I've got to hold my hands up. I think there was a question at the beginning of the season was how many goals between them would each do you think they'll get? And I said I thought about 14. I thought for Marcus.
Remember,
Rashford.
I said they can get 50.
Yeah, you did say that. Yeah,
them,
I didn't envisage Marcus Rashford. I always said it was a gamble. I was saying basically Solskjaer's put his eggs into a basket that we've never seen fall before. Like, Rashford's never produced this level of form, and absolutely fair play to Rashford, man. Like, I love seeing him do well. He's taken on the mantelpiece. Like, my reservations over Rashford at the time has always been, how high can he go?
Yeah.
You know, could he hit Mbappe levels? Could he hit those top notch world European level? And that was where my jury was out. I've always known he was a good player. Yeah. I just wasn't ever sure if he could go to the top level. And that jury may still be out. Still be out. But I think what I have to say about Rashford, and this is just to clear a couple of things up, because one of the questions was actually, oh, you guys got called out for not supporting Rashford and that. What do you say now he's doing well? And they weren't digging us out. It was just a question to us. So I'll take that, actually. What I will say now is, I think, if I look at Rashford in his whole United career, I think he's had to contend with a lot of things that you shouldn't really have to contend with if you want the best situation and environment to thrive. So he's burst onto the scene kind of unexpectedly, took his chance, fantastic. Then from that, I think the fact we've been so inconsistent, haven't had a plan, chopping and changing managers, moving him from the left to the middle to the right, as a young player trying to find your feet, you want some level of consistency. I know you should be happy to play any game, but to get that real consistency, you want to be in a side that creates chances and is settled, and you want to know, this is my position, this is where the manager sees me as. And I think that ambiguity between where Rashford fits in, is he a this, is he a that, for England, then playing somewhere different, I don't think that's helped him. Then, don't get me wrong, I think because he was in good form and you could see there's a star in there, it was poster boy. It came very early, giving him the number 10, giving him the big new contract, which he deserved a new contract, but the huge sums of money that he's on, it came with that weight on his shoulders, which to be fair, since then, apart from that bad bit of form towards the end of last season, if you're going off this season, he stepped up to the mark. Yeah. But I feel like all of those things taken into context is where actually, have I made a truly well-informed opinion of Rashford? Maybe I've been a bit hasty sometimes at looking at him, but I still have those reservations which I will have him, because a lot of the time he was playing as a 9 and I just didn't see it. I still don't see that, but from now
it's not there. It's not there as a 9. But here's the thing is, when you look at how much money he got at the time, also the number 10 shirt and all of that pressure, like the way I judge players and way United fans should judge players is you need to judge them on the level that you expect the club to be at. I don't think, that, because when you're looking at 200 grand a week, bro, like, when you're thinking, yo, I'm going to give this guy that hasn't really done anything in the game, more money than, like, the Harry Kanes of this world and that, like, to me, it's a bit mad, bro.
Is that just because of it's us and we've got that kind of money?
Yeah,
so we
no, but what I'm saying is, I have to judge, man, at the level that everyone else is playing at. Do you know what I mean? Like, when man are on more money than, like, the Lewandowskis and, like, when you're on Sergio Aguero money and them things, I want to see Sergio Aguero numbers, bro. The problem with a lot of British fans and the British press is, like, these men get so carried away with a little bit of talent and they start putting man in conversations they shouldn't be in.
We've seen it not just with United players, just young English players
young English players in general, innit? So I've always said, hold your horses, patient, because these men were talking about Rashford, like, this guy was the finished article and he was an absolute worldie, like, a year ago. He wasn't there. He's still not there.
He's still going up the gears.
He's still not there. He's still going through the gears. He's still got a lot to prove in the game, but right now, he's showing consistency. He's showing that he's maturing as a player. Definitely. But these men were talking about, man, like he was just moving like mad, like what Ronaldo was doing for us. Do you know what I'm saying? That man's not there. Do you know what I'm saying? I still think, that the new deal was too much. Do you know what I mean? I still think that at the time as well, the number 10 shirt, I was like, bro, like, why? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at previously the levels that we were at, and I'm thinking, boom, when we was winning Champions Leagues and them things there, probably at the level that he was playing at, probably don't even make the bench for us. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking at. Do you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, the sentiment is like, oh yeah, but he's homegrown, this, that, and the other. But that's not me not supporting him, because I want the guy to do well. I want him to go on and be one of the best players in the world. But I'm not going to sit there and say that he is if he's not. Do you see what I mean? And that's the difference. What you want for someone and where they are at present are two different things. I'm not going to turn around because I want him to do well and the rest of these boys and say, yeah, he's an absolute worldie. Give him 200 whatever, bro, and give him the number 10. I'm thinking, hold on, bro.
You're more like, be patient.
Be patient. Let him evolve into what he's meant to be. It's just like Mason at the moment. Like, in terms of talent, like when Rashford came through, and I'm looking at Mason now, for me, Mason's about 3 levels above where Rashford was when he came through. And I'm not saying give Mason 100 bags and give him, like, the number 11. Do you know what I mean? No.
7,
Do you know what I'm saying? Nah, bro, earn your stripes. I need to see Mason play for another 2 seasons before man should be getting, like, first team numbers and getting big boy money. Do you know what I'm saying? So with the Rashford thing, I think it was premature. So, and I don't change my opinion on that. But one thing that I would say is, it's just great to see, bro, because we want him to do well.
Exactly, and he is doing that. I mean, to be fair, right now, if you're looking at Rashford in terms of world football, European football, for his age and the numbers that he's putting up this season, because like, last season it's 10s, but previous seasons it's 9s and 10s and 12s. Now he's getting into that 20 bracket and he's surpassed that.
And this is the first season.
And this is the first season. So
there
really and
So
truly,
this is when we should start judging him.
This is where we could start saying, having him in big European conversations. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be fans out there who saw it from day one and might have said, as soon as he broke in against Midtjylland and then Arsenal, said, he is going to be top draw and he's going to be up there with the best of the strikers in European football. But for me, this is the first season where we've seen it.
Yeah. But in my opinion, there's no way, that you could see that, and know anything, bro, because he didn't show anything, to suggest, that he was gonna do that. There's no way, bro, because at the end of the day, he's not a prolific goal scorer. He hasn't got the movement of a goal scorer. He has scored a lot of penalties, which people are going to throw at us. I don't care about that.
Goals
do you know what I mean? Goals are goals, bro, because your strikers are meant to take your pens anyway. Do you see what I'm saying? If you took Lampard's penalties away from him and Gerrard's penalties away from him, like, it's a different ball game. Do you know what I mean? A lot of Gerrard's assists came from taking corners, bro. Do you see what I'm saying? So you can't take those away from him. But seeing the Midtjylland thing, all I was seeing was talent, bro. And how many talented footballers have you seen not do nothing, bro? Exactly. The thing he was talking about Adnan Januzaj the other day. Giggsy saying, one of the most talented players. Where the hell is he now?
Sociedad, is he? Is he still there? I don't even know.
Do you see what I mean? So, like, seeing a player with talent don't really mean nothing until that talent materializes consistently at a certain level.
That's when you can make... Because even if you look at, say, Bothwell Jackson, came through under LVG.
He looked wavy.
I'm not going to lie, I was like, this kid looks good, man. He's looking really good. He looks like he can have a long future. Can't get a game at Tranmere. Comes back off loan 3 years later. I remember Varela at right back.
Bro,
he
looked alright. Rossi as well, bro.
Do you know what I mean? Under
scoring
LVG,
50 goals
Varela,
in the reserves.
In the reserves, killing it up. Varela at right back looked alright. I was thinking he's a decent little young lad. Gone. Just, where is he even now? Like, it happens. Remember when we got Alex Butner as well?
Bruv, you see what I mean? So a lot of the talk about him was more in hope than anything, innit? Because they were like, you know what, he's one of us. I want to support him. I want him to do well. But a lot of people like to boost people above their stations. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I look at Mason, like, genuinely, he's the most talented finisher that I've seen come out of that academy. It's a joke, bro. It's a joke.
Unbelievable.
For his age. Yeah. And when I look at his level now, I believe his ceiling's way higher than Marcus's. His ceiling is ridiculously high, bro.
Okay. Well, on TalkSport today, they were saying, should Mason get into the Euro 2020 squad?
Yes.
I instantly thought of a Tory Lanez album called I Told You. And then you popped into my head.
I told you, blood. Gunwood 2020, the agenda, man. We have to push that.
I mean, he's not obviously the team ain't been selected yet, but you're looking at like English strikers. Let's discuss it. And this is without the Man United gas on or the Man United bias. Let's look at it from just a footballing perspective. You look at the strikers that are available. You're not saying Mason should go there and get games, but would it be good for him to go?
He has to go,
be in and around.
Be on the bench.
Vardy might come back out of retirement, let's say.
Yeah, but they took Walcott.
Harry Kane, that's what I was saying.
They took Walcott and they took Rashford when they weren't ready.
Just to be around it and just go, you know what, son? The World Cup in 2 years.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And Mason is bagging goals that both of them man weren't bagging at the time.
He's nearly at double figures this season. I think he's 1 goal short.
Yeah, he's got 9. He'll score double figures this season, Mason. There you go. Mason Greenwood has to go.
You know, you got Tammy Abraham. Harry Kane's Harry Kane. That's fine.
Yeah, Harry Kane will go, even though he's injured at the moment.
He might not be a sparkling best.
Danny Ings has to go on form.
You know, Callum Wilson is probably out of form at the wrong time, but he's been in the squads up until now.
Yeah, but I would, Callum Wilson, cool, because he can lead the line. But if I've got Harry Kane and Tammy Abraham that can lead the line, I probably don't take a Callum Wilson if he's not on form.
And Mason's a bit more...
You have to take a Mason because he's adaptable. He can play on the left, right, down the middle, and also... If you just got 10 minutes and you just need a goal, bro, you see Mason would just shift it out his feet and just wrap it in the bottom bins, bro.
Ings will have to go based on form.
Yeah.
If he continues this for the rest of the season.
And that's assuming Vardy doesn't come out of retirement. I don't think he will.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think you have to take Mason, bro. Like, it's just like having like a Defoe on the bench or a Michael Owen. Do you know what I mean? These strikers that can just...
You know, like how we just on the devil's advocate, not putting too much pressure on players and hyping them up and stuff when it's really early. Would it not be better for him to go to an under-21s tournament, settle himself down?
He's there now. He's a senior. He's banging goals.
He's had pressure put on him all season.
Bro, this guy, look at how he celebrates goals. It's nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? Man just sliding on his knees at Old Trafford like, all right, cool. Do you know what I mean? Mason's not a bad man. That's it. He's like, what is this, bro? He's like, listen, I've been banging goals my whole life. This is what I do. Wake up, brush my teeth, bang goals, bro. That's Mason. That's what he does.
But at the same time, though, for a young player to get the experience of travelling with a senior England squad to a major tournament, sometimes that's invaluable too, because that can give him that level of hunger. You look at Mason's temperament or how he perceives what his temperament is. He's a very cool, very relaxed kid. Good head on him. He hasn't made the headlines so far for a couple of silly videos on Snapchat and all that when he was in school. Do you know what I'm saying? But away from that, he hasn't made the headlines for the wrong reasons. And there's still going to be room for him to make mistakes. He's a young kid. I dare say he will make some mistakes off field. That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But him going to a senior England squad could be invaluable for him. Learning that could make him come back out of that and go, I saw the way Kane was moving in training.
He'll come back a better player anyway.
I saw Sterling. I saw the way Rashford was linking up with him. Like, in 2 years, I need to be at that World Cup.
He needs to, once he's training with these guys, he'll come back a better player. And honestly, like, in terms of talent, he deserves to be there anyway. Like, no gas, bruv. Like, I said it from a while ago. Like, in terms of, like, raw talent, one of the best players I've seen coming out of England. Like, I remember when Wilshere was young, I was like, yo, when Barkley first came through, I was thinking this could be another like Paul Gascoigne thing, and and then he died, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? But
not Paul Gascoigne didn't die.
No, I mean Barkley, innit? Barkley, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Hitting the boozer and that. But in terms of just talent, like Mason's talent is like at a level that man ain't seen, because Raheem is probably our best player at the moment. Do you know what I'm saying? And you saw him develop over time. But when I first saw him play, like, I saw that he had quality. Yeah, you could see. But like the star quality that Mason Greenwood has and the temperament and everything, it's just different, bro. The way he strikes the ball, like he doesn't even go for power. Like he just passes it into the side of the net. Like,
with ease, he just knows exactly what he wants to do and shift it out of his feet. And you know, we do hope for the best for Mason, of course, because you know, you look at when Ravel Morrison burst onto the scene, he could not be spoken about highly enough. Like, this guy was technical. He was running through people like they weren't there. He was skillful. He had physical stature. He had everything.
But it comes down to temperament.
Exactly.
And I think that Mason's temperament is just like,
hopefully,
there to be seen.
That stage, you need good people around you, good family support network, good friends, and Mason seems to have all of that now. Hopefully, as he gets bigger and more famous, he can keep that same, you know what I mean, tight-knit group around him, because that's so important.
I think with Rashford, with Martial, you see how they celebrate when he scores. I feel like he's got big brothers there that will kind of put their arm around him and kind of make sure he's alright.
Because Rashford's kind of the same. Like,
Martial's a quiet one as well. So is Rashford to a certain extent.
Rashford is as well. You don't really see Rashford.
Don't see him out.
The news and going out clubbing and popping bottles and all that. And even Pogba as well. I know. I don't want to
you never see him out.
He's not that guy. Like, people think because he's flashing, wears earrings and
but so does Rashford. Do you know what I mean? Rashford's got his bling on and that, but Rashford stays at home.
I saw Rashford signing pictures yesterday from his fan mail, just giving back, doing stuff for the homeless, and at Christmas giving up. Like, he's a people's person, man. They've got good.
They might have got their feet on the ground.
They were raised right. They've got a good support network ahead of them.
And they're looking out for each other, innit? It looks like the rapport. They're like a little family there, innit?
And I did like the celebrations when we scored, because Rashford didn't look that phased when he scored the first goal against Norwich as well. Just more of like a work where like everyone get in. We're a team. Let's get hug in. Let's good that. There is a good team.
You're definitely seeing the leadership qualities that are coming out of Marcus, innit? You can tell what it means to him, innit? Like, to play, and he's growing in. Like, he's one of the senior players. Maybe not by age, but he's played hundreds of games for United.
200.
You see what I'm saying? So when people are like, oh, he's young, give him time. That's another reason why I'm more harsh on him, because like, age is not like what it says in your birth certificate. It's how many games have you played?
How experienced are you?
It's the same with Luke Shaw. Like, man's been playing in the Prem since he was 16 years old. So like, no, there will be no excuses for him. I don't care if you're I don't care if you're 23 years old, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when you look what R9 was doing in the World Cup at 18 and that, like, get out of here.
You either got it or you don't.
You don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you've played 200 games for your Manchester United, you have to be scrutinised as a senior player.
And you don't play 200 without having been showing that you're knocking on the door for having some big potential.
This is
so we are going to have that expectancy. You got to be patient at times. You got to allow him to progress and flourish, especially when he didn't know what his best position is. But I think he's found it now. And we're playing into his strengths.
Wide left. And when you got 200 games for Man United, man have to judge him like you judge Wayne Rooney, like you judge all them other man. He ain't a kid no more.
Different caliber. And to be fair for him, what is it? 60 odd goals, I think, in 200 games.
Bad, man.
We're looking to him to
1 in 3
that now,
is okay. Do you know what I mean? It's okay. And you know what? If he keeps a 1 in 3 from playing out wide, I'll be happy with that.
Absolutely. Two players I do want to talk about who played very well against Norwich, Mata and Matic. Let's start on Matic. Since he's come into the squad, I know Arsenal was a different ball game because we played badly there and didn't keep a clean sheet. But 3 clean sheets with Matic. Bit of a calming influence in the midfield in certain games. Absolutely. I know he's coming against Burnley, Norwich and Newcastle. Games that we should win, I get it. But in terms of some of the footholds that we want to have in midfield and a bit of control and calmness where we've been lacking, and it looked like he would have been out the door in January. Injury to McTominay kind of changed that dynamic. could have been a blessing. Not obviously that he got injured. We don't want anyone to get injured, but just to see some of the qualities that he still possesses. Is there a future for Matic? Should he be playing more games?
I think that in the right system, Matic has his uses, innit? What I don't like about Matic is when he tries to dribble. Like
He always does that left foot.
Bro,
turn.
he ain't got it in his locker. Like with a Fred next to him, Matic works because Fred is so dynamic, but Matic McTominay doesn't work. Do you know what I'm saying? Because neither of them can pass really. Do you know what I mean? At least with Fred, he'll take the ball off Matic. Like if Matic just wins the ball and breaks up play, because he's very good at reading the ball, then just give it simple. But when Matic gets his head down and tries to dribble, then he cuts back, then he dribbles back forward 20 yards and turns and passes it back. And I'm like, what are you doing?
I have to be honest, although again it's against Norwich, but that game in particular, because it's the most recent, sticks out in my mind. But even against Newcastle, he did do it kind of well. Is willingness to actually play with a bit of intent with his passing. Like I know when he's got space and time, you see the best of Matic.
When you press him, he wets
when
himself,
you press him,
innit? Like, he's not press resistant, and that's why I think at the top level, you can rattle him. However, in most games, if you've got someone, if you've got someone close to Matic, and he gives it simple, he reads the game, he calms it down, similar to what Michael Carrick used to give us, but he can't pass like Carrick. But the way he reads the game, steps in, he can drop a shoulder,
and of course his stature,
just give it.
He's a big guy. He's gonna win headers. I saw you're always gonna see him weights off someone, put his body there where they can't
that's why
get it,
him and McTominay don't work. You need to have someone mobile around him. McTominay is quite athletic, but again, he's not really quick. He's not super tenacious, but he's very aggressive in the tackle. But them two together, it doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? So the Matic Fred thing, against the majority of teams, we can get away with it. Do you know what I mean? I think that since he's come back, he's done what he's needed to do, bro. Like you can't criticize anything that he's done. To be completely honest, I'm not his biggest fan, but I know what his talents are, innit? I just think sometimes when he gets above his station and tries to get too adventurous, that's when it starts going wrong. That's when it starts to go wrong. He gets his pocket pinched a lot of the time. Do you know what I mean? So as long as he releases the ball quickly, and again that will come down to instruction from the coaching staff and whatever, then like he's a good squad player. But I don't want to see Nemanja Matic starting for Manchester United at full strength. Yeah, and exactly at full strength is the key phrase there, because I think now Pogba's going to be out for a while, and McTominay. Matic has gone from looking like he was almost nailed on to leave in January because he wasn't getting a game, to now having to play an integral part of the final part of the season. Yeah. Because for the next couple of months, we need him. Yeah. No matter what anyone says. Yep. So yeah, and Mata, 2 great assists. Oh, yeah, the first one, brilliant. That goal from Rashford should have Mata's name on it, because I'll tell you what, that pass was 99.9% of that goal. You know, you just had to hang a leg to score that. Brilliant. Put it on a plate, then puts it on a beautiful. Not as much of a plate, because when I look back at that header, scored a proper Alan Shearer. I didn't realise it was a proper header. You know, when you see it only once, when you watch it back, I was like, that was a good header. That was a proper header. Quite uncharacteristic. Proper number 9 goal. Yeah, proper number 9 goal. So great for him. But again, the coming from Mata, and Ricky will say a lot as well. But in general, people who know Mata though. One thing about Mata, you can argue that yes, he might not be the player he was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. He's not, but a man can pass. You don't lose touch, intelligence, and decision making, and he has that in abundance over a Pereira. He has that in abundance over a Lingard. Yeah, but so he doesn't have the pressing and the tenacity of a Pereira. That's why Oli won't play him. Should he? Because off the right hand side, I know it's going to be a toss-up, obviously, between James and Greenwood and Mata, and if you're going to choose one, he's not going to. But should Mata be playing more games from a central area then? Because if he has to, do you know what I mean? He has to. You can't. And is it a myth though? Because you see the running thing, right? Yeah. I see Mata like he's never ever been the guy who can do mad sprints and blow past people. Never. He's been the guy who's going to drift into the final third as an attacking player and make something happen. Release that pass that leads to another pass that leads to a goal. Initiate attacks. Surely he's capable of still doing that, even though a little bit of legs might have gone over a Pereira. The only reason why Mata, we're not getting the best out of Mata is because of the system and the way Ollie's playing it. With a player like Juan Mata, with a player like Mesut Ozil, you have to build the team around getting these men on the ball, innit? You have to. These men need to be your ticker. The problem with our team is we're not built to facilitate a Juan Mata. A 10. Do you know what I mean? There's no style of play. Yeah. There's none. So because of that, like Mata's doing this on his own, effectively. When you look at, he's cut in, he's looked up and he's dinked it over there. But like for instance, when you watched Arsenal against Chelsea in the first half, Ozil was everywhere. Like, man going out there finished. If you press as a unit, then Matic can play in the system. The problem is when he's pressing on his own, he's not quick. He's not really going to put an attack.
Too much in the press.
Nah, you don't. That's not what he's meant to do. Like, Matic's strengths are his weight of pass is brilliant, bro. Like, his passing between the lines, his movement, and he very rarely gets dispossessed. He's very good at it.
He never does like a loose touch where he loses the ball.
He's a beautiful player to watch. But the problem is because he's not quick and he's not athletic, you need to pick your team based on his strengths. And the thing is, he's never really played in a team that have been built around him. And I think that that's to do with the recruitment. I think that when Moyes bought him, it was only because he was available. Because he bought him and then played him on the right wing in the 4. Like, why would you do that? Do you know what I mean? I think that the management and the coaching and the tactics from all the managers that have used him have not got the best out of him. But even though he's definitely not the player he was.
He ain't been space jammed. He ain't been just all the
one matter against probably every team from 6th downwards.
Level above.
He can easily play
even against the
these
top man them. Like, even against if you against City and he's on the counter attack and you feed him the ball and
but you only can in the right system. Yes. But in this team, the way we're playing against a City, he'll be a passenger. Against a Liverpool, he'll be a passenger. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them things where you have to look at the guy's qualities. There's no one even remotely near him.
That level of quality, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only him and Pogba that can pass a ball.
Okay, let us know your thoughts about Matic and Mata. And I hope we cleared up the Rashford thing as well, because I think a lot of people think when we done that video as well, I can't remember when it was. It was when we was at BBC in Manchester, and they tried to clip it so to say like we didn't want him to re-sign. And try like we hate Rashford, you know.
Bro. You know what it is, bro. People will push all the agendas they want in it. At the end of the day, every player is the same in it. If I don't think a man's worth certain money, they're not worth that. Like Luke Shaw's on 180 bags. He's the highest paid fullback in the world. And look at the state of that.
But everyone's screaming for Brandon Williams.
But everyone's screaming for Brandon Williams. But at the time, it was a Luke Shaw agenda, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? I still didn't receive my apologies, bro. But this is what it is. It's not an agenda, bro. Like, it's one of them ones where I think, if Rashi keeps this consistency for another season as well on top of that, and he matches the numbers, then man can say, cool, he's a £200,000 a week player. Do you know what I mean? Till
he's
now,
halfway there now.
But he's halfway there now. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm super happy, bro.
Let us know if you think Matic and Mata should be getting more games as well. All right, before we hit up the question section, let's discuss Liverpool away. We've got Wolves as well this week. Actually, we do both those 2 games. Wolves, expecting us to get past them. They look a bit depleted now. They look a bit like they're just not in the best moment. We know they've got quality players. We know they can hurt us. Me personally, I'm confident we'll sneak past them now.
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, I hope so, man. Wolves are hard because I feel like the way Wolves play, like they're like we're made for them. Do you know what I'm saying? We're made for them. They'll just. You know, Wolves, they're happy to kind of just let you have the ball. Like, and the thing is, when people let us have the ball, we don't tend to do well. And that's the only thing. Like, Wolves, like I said, they remind me of like a Jose Porto team where it's like, they're just like, yeah, you can have it. You can have it. We'll just go long into our 2, but nick one. Do you know what I'm saying? Or score a set piece.
It'll be an uncomfortable evening for sure. They'll have a game plan. They'll have I mean, I know it's against Norwich, it's a complete different golfing class.
It's 100% down to which Manchester United
our application was good. Up. Yeah, but I still thought, because against teams like Norwich who've sat back in the season, I know we've beaten them twice, but I'm saying teams like that, we've struggled. Yeah. Even though we should be beating them easy. So I think the fact that against Norwich, which was a positive, without getting too excited because it was Norwich, was the fact that we were on it though. We were taking 1-2 touch, gone, moving. And
that was a game we didn't start Dan James in that game. And I said, like, them kind of games, like we don't need to be starting him.
Who would you go? What I know, like injuries and tiredness, fatigue. Would you go with the same team again, or would you make it?
I think James will come back in for the Wolves game. Do you know what I mean? But I just feel like against teams that sit back, or teams that give you a bit of space, do you know what I mean? Like, to play in front of them, you don't really need, you don't need him because you need, against teams that give you space in behind, you use James. Against teams that give you space in front, you play Mason or you play Matt.
I'd actually only make one change. I'd bring Mason in for Andreas.
I agreed.
And I put Mata in the 10.
Agreed. The Andreas thing I don't understand. Like that's Ollie's guy, innit?
Yeah.
Like
just to get great. I'm not. Andreas did all right. He did all right against
He did okay.
But Mata had such a good game. I think give him a chance to get some minutes.
Get some momentum.
Because against Liverpool, we're probably going to go for legs and energy. But for me,
I think that Pereira probably plays the Liverpool game.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's fair enough, innit?
Yeah.
Like you have to adjust your selection depending on who we're
think that'd
playing
be good
because we're at that level.
Game management from Solskjaer if he lets Mata start again in an advanced midfield position and brings Greenwood in on the right. I would love
to see that. I'd love to see Mason start, man. Like,
Yeah,
I'm tired of seeing him come on to try and rescue games for us. I think he's done enough to say, you know what? Let me start at the beginning.
Started against Wolves in the first leg, so I think he will start. I think he'll start.
I hope so.
But then again, he rested Rashford and he rested Rashford, didn't he?
But that's what I'm saying.
Did Martial start against Wolves? Yeah, no, it was Mason. Yeah, he did.
Mason.
Yeah, so it was Mason started, Dan James, and then
That's what I mean. So I'm undecided. I don't really know because when you looked at the lineup for the first game against Wolves, it didn't really indicate how seriously Solskjaer was taking this competition. Do you know what I mean? When I looked at it, I was like, does he want to win this? Does he not? Do you know what I mean? So I don't really know, bro. Okay. I can't really. I can't guess what.
What's your gut feeling though? You think we'll get past them?
Yeah, just.
Okay,
you know
just, yeah. I think it'll be a tight win. Liverpool Sunday. I mean, they're breaking records galore. They're putting up unbelievable numbers on the board.
I think we'll beat them. I'm putting it out there. I don't care. You weren't expecting that, but bruv, I think we'll beat them. Honestly, bruv, we ended Arsenal's run. Remember, Arsenal, was it 50 or something, and then we beat them? I just think that we'll just beat them, bro. Yeah.
I can't believe
their man were on
that.
49, bro. I think we'll beat them, bro.
Is it 49?
No, Arsenal. Remember Arsenal? They were about to get the 50th, and we said not today. You know what I mean? I feel like Liverpool's run, like if it's gonna end anywhere, it will be against us. If it doesn't end against us, them man are going unbeaten, fam.
You think that?
Yeah, I do.
We ain't beating them.
I think actually Liverpool's game, to do the 50 thing is against Man City, you know.
Is it?
Yeah.
Away.
Yeah, bro. Something's gonna happen. It'll be us or it'll be City. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just think that the way we're playing, we don't have any right to expect anything from that Liverpool game.
No, that's what. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I say free.
And that's why I think we're just gonna do something absolutely
there's two sides to this. Yeah, one, it's a derby, so form goes out the window.
Yeah,
I get that. However, I think this is a bit different because of just how good Liverpool are. Haven't they lost there since 2017?
Cool. So either we beat them or we get smoked 4-0. I don't think it's gonna be close either way.
Yeah, for me, and that's what I was going to say. I just want to see us give a good account of ourselves. Look, the same against City. If you lose against City or Liverpool, right, it can happen on any day. You saw what these teams are capable of. Yeah. They ripped us a new one. We were doing PS4 past the pad at half time or 3 off FIFA. Yeah. Shouldn't even come out for the second half against Man City. Game should have been. That's it. You won. It's 3-0.
Yeah, man should have gone. Yeah.
Then we saw how they went and slapped 6 past Villa like that. Different. And then you're seeing how Liverpool are carrying on. But Tottenham got at them second half. They really did. Even Watford, when they went to Anfield, they played. They was creating chance after chance after chance. So you never know. And the fact that it is Man United and Liverpool, you never know.
Yeah.
But if you look at can't see us winning.
If you look at Liverpool's results compared to City's against the same teams, the same teams that City are slapping 8s and 6s past. Liverpool been 2-1 in them.
Yeah, but then they still got.
Liverpool have been efficiently just dispatching of teams even when they're not playing well. However, there have been a lot of games where they're not playing well, but they're grinding it out, which is a sign of a champion championship team. However, if ever there was a time where their luck just ran out for one game, I pray that it's this one.
Oh my God!
Do you know what I'm saying?
Obviously, we want to win so bad.
Honestly,
I just can't see how we beat them. Forgive me for saying that's just how I feel.
But the thing is,
football is a mad game.
I can't see how we beat them.
I couldn't see how we was going to beat City.
Bro, I can't see how we beat Liverpool. However, if football was that straightforward, bro, betting companies would be out of business. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Every season, there's always one result that man just did not see coming, innit? Okay. And I hope that this is it. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Even if man do like a 1-0 Rashford penalty or something.
Yeah. You take anything.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I just don't want to leave there having been embarrassed. Last year we didn't lay a glove on them. It was 3-1, I think. Lingard scored a tap-in, I remember. Yeah, and then they just went for that against the run of play. Then they just slapped us up. The year before, Was it 0-0? We've had a couple of 0-0s, about 2 0-0s in a row.
Mo Salah and Ashley Young's back pocket.
Yeah. So, you know, apart from last
Mourinho
season,
went there to stink it out. He always went there to stink it out. Yeah,
stunk it out twice. So, I don't know. You never know. Form does go out the window, and the players get that extra boost, especially when the chips are down and everyone's thinking it's damage imitation. If you can get to 0-0 at half time, you know what I mean. But I think it is going to be about game management. You know how good Liverpool are. If they score early, they go.
If we concede first, I think we're done. Yeah. You know what I mean? If we concede first, and especially in the first half, I think we can get absolutely hammered. Goal. We have to get the first goal, man. But like, I mean, I'm gonna just go with. I'm just gonna go with us just nicking it somehow.
Oh, I hope you're right. I really do. Let's hit up the questions section. This is Giannis2021T. If we lose to Wolves and Liverpool batter us, does Ollie keep his job? Yes, he does.
Yeah, he does. He does because Poch ain't available to the end of the season.
And they just wouldn't sack him.
Because Poch ain't available to the end of the season.
You're an idiot. At Malik Ags says, who can stay and who can go this summer if we let them?
I don't know, because there was a lot of talk of Matic going, but I don't think we're going to sign 2 more central midfielders in the summer, which means Matic probably stays. They probably give Matic a new deal.
You think?
On some stupid money. Yeah, bruv, you know what our boards are like, man. It's a joke. So it's just one of them ones. We're not going to sign 4 man in the summer if Bruno comes in now. Bruno will be 1 of 4 or 1 of 3. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, if we sign Bruno now, we'll sign 2 players in the summer.
But players that you are looking at that can go, you're looking at a Phil Jones. He's surely not going to play like
you can go Marcus Rojo. Can go
Ashley Young,
but then again, Young and then Smalling. So then we're short of numbers again.
So
like,
we need.
We're not doing good business, bro. Like when you actually look at it, we shouldn't be selling to buy. We should be buying to add to what we already don't have
to get quality in depth.
This is it.
This question is from Aidan Slizzardy. Should James come in at left wing for cup games for Rashford, considering his best form was in that position last year, and Rashford is playing a massive amount of games, could give him the confidence he needs while developing him in smaller games, seeing as right wing isn't really working for him right now?
I don't think right wing is not working for him right now. I just think that I don't want to say he's being found out, but I'm saying that a player like Daniel James, is very, at the top level, is very, very easy to kind of read. You know what he's going to do. From the left-hand side, you know that he's trying to cut in and get the shot. And on the right, you know he's going to try and push it past you and run. I just think that he needs to vary his game and be a bit more clever. Do you know what I mean? That's just all it is. Like, it's a big step up from the Championship to the Premier League. And I think that he's just adjusting. Do you know what I mean? He had a purple patch and now, I mean, the novelty's worn off and now he just needs to adapt his game. And I think maybe that will come over time, innit? Like, I think that that's all it is, man. But I don't think it's because he's on the left or because he's on the right. I just think that he needs to just vary his game a bit more, man. And do you know what I mean? But he's still a useful squad player, bro. Make no mistake about it.
Okay. This question is from Mr. BHAFC. What's that? Brighton and Hove Albion Football Club, I would say.
Yeah.
And I like this question because it's generic. Best Premier League player you've seen in the last decade? Mine's Aguero.
Yeah, Kun Aguero's up there.
The consistency of the guy. Just record their top scorer. Most amount just got past on Reed's goals scoring record for the most goals scored by a foreign player. I don't know, bro. David Silva's another one.
I think Yaya Toure and Luis Suarez, bro. Like Luis Suarez, was a madness, bro. Man was nutmegging. Like, man could nutmeg mermaids, fam. He was nutmegging, man, and whipping the ball top bins, bro.
I'm thinking of a mermaid just...
Bro, do you remember what Suarez was doing? Nutmegging, man, and then just whip top corner at, bruv. Luis Suarez, when he was on smoke, scored some of the most outrageous goals you ever saw in your life, innit? Luis Suarez was fake, bro. Him and Yaya Toure... was mad.
Was a different level.
Was mad.
Different
mad,
level.
bro. Like, he was running from his own half and banging goals, banging free kicks, penalties, headers. Yaya Toure was ridiculous.
I think Vincent Kompany's got to be in there.
He's up there, but Yaya Toure, for me, like, in terms of just complete footballer, this guy was unplayable.
David Silva's certainly in there. I'm trying to think of some others that are a bit out there. I know it hasn't been anywhere near as long as that. It's only been about, since 2016, but Jamie Vardy's been something else, I think. I know you can't go back as far as that, but just in this little period.
In this little
to come from where he's come from that late.
Ridiculous.
Win the Premier League. then choose to actually not get gassed and go, I can do the Arsenal thing and go up a level. Stay at Leicester. Yes, they went through a transition. Numbers on the board, goals. Retire from international football, which could potentially have been the best decision he made for himself on a physical, personal note. The numbers, he's got the most goals.
Yeah.
Isn't he, I think, this year?
Vardy is a gunman, innit? He's just on scoring goals, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Everything else, I'm not interested. Just give me the ball, innit? Score goals.
What about Eden Hazard?
Yeah. He's got to be up there. He's got to be up there. But the thing is with Eden Hazard, he's temperamental, bro. And that is why, for me, Suarez, like, even when he's not playing well, he just does one piece of nastiness, bro. And it's just like, it's mad. And also, he's a scumbag as well. Do you know what I mean? And there's something for everyone with Luis Suarez. Like, for me, like, he's one of them players that I'm just like, filth.
He's been, and it's just the ability, innit? Yeah. The ability to just get past anyone, bro, and the types of finishes.
Bro. Yeah, the types of finishes. Got to be Suarez for me, bro. As much as it hurts me, you bloody scouser.
I know, but you just got to call it as it is.
Horrible.
You know what I mean? All these questions about Bruno. Is this the end of Luke Shaw? This is on Instagram. This is from Jazz Dillizing Sran.
I don't know, bro. We have to ask Mark, bro. You know them ones. Ask Mark about his boy. You know them ones there, bro. Because, hey, man, I said he was done out here for a while. Do you see what I'm saying? So, a lot of things have to be questioned. Again, you have to look at the board, bro. Like, where did this new deal come from? What did he do to deserve the new deal? And that's always been my problem. Like, what are players doing to deserve new contracts at this club? What did Jones do to deserve a new contract? What did Matter do to deserve a new contract?
I honestly tweeted and it got into the paper. Yeah. I remember tweeting it and then it was in the Sun or something. They took my tweet and I was like, okay, Jones signs a new contract. They must be doing this to sell him in the summer to have a bit of value.
Like, what did he do? What did he do? There's too many guys that got new contracts at this club. What did Andreas do to get a new contract? Bro, there's so many things that are going on that are ridiculous. And the Luke Shaw one thing, the new contract, but the amount of money as well.
Madness.
What did they see that we didn't? Do you know what I mean? So, no, Luke Shaw's finished. When man are calling for Brandon Williams, who still has a lot of work to do.
Yeah, exactly. But he already looks streets above, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. For the football that we want to be playing at Manchester United, Brandon Williams, is streets ahead of Luke Shaw.
Okay, we've come to the end of the show. That was a quick one today, man. It feels it just flew by.
Yeah, loads to talk about. 2 games a week, innit?
Exactly. Like we said at the beginning of the video, the links will be in the descriptions for Rants' GoFundMe page for the proceeds from his fight going to a great cause, and obviously as well the tickets, the link to buy tickets for the Andy Cole event, as well as the link to get to our Instagram account so you can enter the competition to win the signed shirt from Coley and 2 complimentary tickets.
And also look out for the United Stand FC footage as well, coming from yesterday's game for a very good cause as well. Had Sky Sports down, TalkSport, all sorts, man, just for a very, very good FA initiative as well for mental health and just footballers' general health after playing the game, man. So, yeah, man, we want you to get engaged with the football team as well. We're going to be organising more exhibition games as well where you lot can come down and watch and support the boys, man. So look forward to that footage, man. Absolutely. It was a great day.
Rants, socials?
At Rants and Bants on Twitter and Instagram for all your trolling needs, bruv. Gunwood 2020, the agenda is in full flow, bruv.
I'm FlexUTD across all of the socials. You lot know where to find me, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. And more importantly, make sure you're following and subscribe to the United Stand across all of their platforms as well, especially Instagram, because like I said, there's going to be a competition on there to win a signed Andrew Cole shirt, because he hates being called Andy, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, all right, we'll see you guys hopefully without having gone out of the FA Cup and taking a hiding off Liverpool in the same week. This week could be a disastrous week, an amazing week, or half-half if we get past Wolves.
So that's just a normal United week, isn't it? Just turmoil, bro.
Let's hope for an amazing week anyway. We'll see you guys on Monday. Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos, and if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.